Hey loves, welcome back to my space. If you're new here, thank you so much for dropping by. If you're an OG, I see you. We are back with another DIY, and today we're going to use this wire mesh. It is used for windows ventilation on windows. Yeah, so we're going to use this in black paint. We're also going to have a brush and like a space where you're going to pour your and mix your paint. We're also going to have to use turpentine for this DIY. Turpentine. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Yeah, so we're going to start by adding okay, mixing our paint. Okay, it's not actually mixing, but at least separating it from the main main container, because we don't want to use a lot of it. So as you can see me doing here, I'm going to just go on and paint this. It already has the brownish, so I to avoid this will help avoid rust and also give you the look that you're going for, the look that you want. So I decided to do black because why not? Why not? Caution, have gloves on this. Or if you're not going to have gloves, have papers like I did in the previous video, because this paint, as much as you have turpentine to help you remove the paint, you also need to be cautious. The reason as to why I never used, and I will not advise anyone to use spray paint on this wire mesh, is because you're going to use a lot. You're going, as you can tell, as you can see me trying to brush here, and my PA wants to help me. As you can see me doing here, you can already tell there's a lot of paint that is dropping. There's a lot of paint that is going down. Yeah, so imagine having to use spray paint, all those two shimmers. How are you going to work on those two shimmers? Yeah, so yeah, I advise that you use this, and also I'll advise that you use a larger size brush. Like make sure your brush is larger than this, especially if you're going to use a lot of wire mesh like I'm doing. It's too long, but again, we're going to work with what we have, because why not we're going to work with what we have. And I love the brush, because trust me, the brush is getting mpaka huko ndani, like it's getting every tiny part of this wire mesh, yeah, both inside and outside. Like you can tell, you can already tell. So the wire mesh was kind of brown because it had stayed for long, but it's not rust. If it was rust, I could have at least brushed it off or removed the rust first. So if your wire mesh has rust, ensure ume scrub kwanza before painting. Yeah, so ours was just brown. I know you're going to ask, oh, how did you get the shape of it? I did cut it into small whatevers, but it wasn't me. I had help from the fundi. I had help from the fundi, so I made sure that I get these specifically. Actually, when I was doing this, I wanted to have to use it as to have it as an accessory holder. Like I wanted it to hold my earrings and my necklaces, at least do something with it for my earrings. But again, as I was doing this, I was like, this one is going to do something else in this house. Yeah, but trust me, you can use it for anything. You can use it to hold your earrings, because as you can see, it has a lot of holes, so you're just going to hook your earrings there and no earring is going to fall. You can also manipulate it to other designs and make something else, but for me, I decided I'm going to just do that, and actually it came out looking so good. So I decided I'm going to paint it all through, because why not? Why not? Because that's the achieving the part that we want to achieve. You can mix colors. You don't have to have plain black as I did. You can mix color. You can have white somewhere. You can have an orange somewhere. It all depends with what look you're going for. But for me, I was like, I need black. I need black. I need black, and that's what I decided to do. Actually, white looks good on this, trust me. But also, depending with the walls, also depending on where you're going to locate it, you can do any color, any taste you want. Like, go for whatever color you want, yeah? So, we continue painting. when it comes to painting, you see the way I'm pushing my brush inside. It's because I realized when you brush it out and not go in, like let your bristles go in, the the inner part, or what do I say? There's some parts, those like the ones where the two wires are attached. There are places that don't get that rangy, so I had to like make sure I go in with that brush, and that's why advising that you have a bigger brush, because the bristles will just go, will rub it ndani na nje very fast. Yeah, they will rub it ndani na nje. So this is what I did. I made sure I paint it hard ndani and also on top. Yeah, the best thing about this paint is that it's wanasema rangi ya mafuta. Yeah, so it just shines. It is shiny. This paint is shiny and amazing and amazing. The paint is like, as you can tell, you can already tell, even when you're painting, you can tell, you can see how it's shiny. So you're that just like, oh, what if it dries? It's not going to dry and lose the shine. It's still gonna shine. But also you can go in with what is it called, there's another thing that is used to paint wood that makes them shine. I can't remember the name. But anyway, you can also use that to make it, to add shine if you want. But the best thing about rangi za mafuta is that they shine kutoka kwa mbali. So that's what I did. I made sure that I used that, and I made sure that it was in plenty. Like it was in plenty. I was too generous. I'm telling you. I didn't mind that in a magika. No. I was too generous with this because I knew what I wanted. Someone tell us. Someone tell us on the comment section, which direction are you supposed to put your brush? Because for me, I'm just going randomly in without minding which direction. As you can see, just look at that. I decided I'm just going to go in and in and in and in. At this point, trust me, your DIY is done, because there's nothing else we're going to do with this. Trust me, there's nothing. We're done with this DIY, and the only thing you're going to do is just let it dry. And yeah, from here you can decide what you want it to be. You can decide what you want it to be. So yeah, gently brush ndani. Be generous, as I always say, but also use gloves. You can tell, like, my hands were where after this DIY. Oh, excuse me. After this DIY, my hands were like, guy, jitangara. My nails, I pity my nails when I'm doing DIYs. I'm always like, oh yeah, poleni, oh yeah. But again, you see, just look at that. Just look at the mesh. Look at the mesh in between. Look at the mess. But the best thing is that you're going to have an amazing end product. Something else, make sure that your working surface area is always something you're going to either dispose or you're going to clean. You're able to clean. So for me, I had this ini gunia because I knew gunia sitaosha, nitatupa. Because I also didn't want it to go to my small table, my small working table. As much as it's black, I didn't want to have paint there. So ensure that your working space is something you either wash, or you're not worried if the paint gets stuck, or it's something you're going to dispose. Do you feel me? Do you feel me? So as I was saying, at this point, their way is done. So for me, I was just going in, hapa panaka. I'm just going in places zenye naona they're not, they still need the rangi. So that's what I did. I took my time. Take your time. Every nice thing or every amazing DIY, you need to take. You don't want to be in a rush. You just need to take your time. Let creativity flow. Let your imagination flow on this. Do a good job. As you can see, it's already black. It has turned from the brown that it was to this cute black. This wire mesh actually is super heavy compared to other wire mesh. This wire mesh is very strong. You cannot compare with zile za tutatengenezeanga kuku, the ones that we use for the house. You know them, yeah? You cannot compare this wire mesh with those ones. This one is very, very heavy. I also saw someone do some additional what is it called, gate place, yeah, like your gate, they had to add this kind of wire mesh at the top just for to create that cover. You know what I mean, yeah? So if your gate has wire mesh, just know this is the wire mesh that they use. It's super strong, by the way. It's super strong compared to all other wire mesh. I feel like it's not just wires; those are small to metal. Like the akanika chuma, ne chuma. These are small chumas that have been put together, so they have strength compared to normal wire mesh. I know, I know, I'm saying a lot, but I hope you understand. I hope you understand. So when you're going to the hardware and you want this wire mesh, just tell them nataka zile zinatumiwa kwa gate ama kwa ventilation ya kioo zile nzito. They'll give you the exact wire mesh. It's super strong but foldable. You can fold it. It's super strong, but depending with how you want to use it, you can use it, and it's, I'm sure it's going to last. I'm sure it's going to last. So yeah, at this point I was like, hey, nime overdo. I know, nime overdo. I was just overdoing. No, I'm not overdoing. I'm just being, you know, like you want to have a good day, right? So I went in and in and in, and the fact that nilimwaga rangi mob komkebe, I'm doing it over and over until to my satisfaction. Yeah. So just paint to your satisfaction. Just add paint, add mpaka penye, add rangi mpaka penye uta feel like now this is the end product I want. Because after doing all this, I feel like yo, it came out super amazing. It came out good, yeah. Can you see? Can you see? Can you see? So this girl is just overdoing, adding brush, removing excess paint, and then letting it dry. Once it dries, here it is. Here it is. I decided I'm going to fold this. As I told you, initially it was supposed to be an accessory holder for my earrings. So initially it was just going to be as straight as it is, just like that. You see? But I decided to fold it. As I was doing this DIY, creativity illy flow, my friend, yeah? So I decided to fold it and have this kasemi wherever, as you can see. I decided to fold it like that. I also had this hook. You see that metal hook on that table? That metal hook is what I had in mind to put on one end and hang it on the wall, yeah? So when this idea of folding it came, you can already tell, look at that black. Look at that black. It looks amazing, yeah? It looks good, yeah? So I decided to fold it, and as I've told you, this wire mesh is very strong but very easy to fold. This is a hook. This is a metal hook. Hey, it's giving everything. It's the last piece of this DIY. So I decided to fold it like that and then add a hook at the top. If you want to have it for your accessories, just leave it as straight as it was and add hook on one end. So for me, I made a circle, I made a curve, I curved it and then added the hook on both ends. So you can tell the hook is on both ends. Spray paint the hook as much as you can. Make it gold, make it silver, make it white, make it black. Just do whatever you want, yeah? So as I told you, you see the way this wire mesh is easy to fold, yeah? You can tell already. If you don't have this hook, you can use macrame rope, yeah? Those ropes that you use to do macrame, they're very strong, yeah? They are very strong. Or also you can use wires that you have in the house, or you know. So at this point our DIY is done and it's time to experiment. On my walls I decided to put my baby's books because I wanted to see how it looks. So this is how it looks on the walls. I realized I pressed one side so much, but again, see, you can place this as a shelf, but this is the final thing. I decided I'm going to use it for my tissues. And if you can see how they look on the toilet, this is what I went for. So guys, thank you so much for watching this DIY and doing this DIY with me. I really appreciate. Till next time, bye bye.